Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to talk about Airbnb issues and problems around the world, the banning in cities of Airbnb. That's why, if you're going to invest or think about being a part of the short term rental or even 30 days or more rentals on short term platforms, you have to make sure that your complex is gated. Your complex or your place that you decide to Airbnb approves of Airbnb in the first place. Secondly, we're going to talk about this and a whole lot more. So please stay tuned and welcome. Stop struggling now. Gear check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, please share the videos because there's a lot of people out here wanting to get involved with Airbnb and they don't know the latest information, the most important information. Short-term rentals are under assault. Why? Because cities have residential zones and they have commercial zones for a reason. They have mixed use zones as well. But most cities that are residentially zoned means you can't have a commissary or a grocery store or a nightclub or a hotel in a residential neighborhood. That is what the zoning laws say. Now they are starting to make sure that they are upholding those zoning laws. And more cities are tired of hearing from the Hotel Association. That's for starters. But first, let's go talk about our Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page, podcast page. Please share the videos as I've mentioned before. Smash the like button as I've mentioned before once you watch this video or after you watch it, before you watch it, because that's the only way the YouTube algorithm knows people are watching it. Now, the second thing, notice we have members of the channel that give financial support to the channel. This is one way to do it, amongst other ways when you can hit that donation button somewhere when you're watching videos or shorts. But nonetheless, noticed over here on the right hand side, we have a few lovely, wonderful people who are members of the channel that are supporting the channel financially. Under the community tab, members receive special messages. They receive 1 or 2 videos per month. They receive special discounts for SSN Nation gear. They also are able to join me on any live stream that we hold Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights, and any other ones that we run that are coming along. Notice, mark down your calendars, October 20th. We're going to have Aldea Park and Ansaya Condos are inside Aldea Park in downtown Punta, Cana. We're going to have the builders, developers are going to be here October 20th. So normally it's in the evening time, but we haven't scheduled the exact time yet. But just be ready for it. If you want to invest downtown, well, Aldea Park could be one spot for you. Presently, the prices are normal. And you never know when they're going to rise because in 2 months, it's going to be high season. I wouldn't be waiting till they break another record for the month of December and then break a record for the month of January where they have more people that are going to come find out what's going on. Prices are going to start going up. So get in early. Now, let's get to it. The other thing that members receive. They get Wednesday night live stream members only chat room. Just keep that in mind. Now, let's go with this one here. This happened a few months back. Italian city bans Airbnbs in its historic center. More than 70% of the short-term private rental properties in Florence are within its World Heritage Site. You guys can understand this was not designed to have all these extra occupants in a residential neighborhood, especially when they have a WHS site, a World Heritage site. This is Florence, Italy, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's getting in on this bandwagon, and I can't blame them. I told you guys a long time ago I do condo hotel timeshares. The reason why is because they're already in commercial zones. They already do that type of business. So this isn't anything new. What we talk about more is when we are talking about pre-construction properties, you have to make sure that your property already has been approved for short-term rental listings. This is why when we talk about, I don't know if this is playing or not, but this is why when we talk about Lofty Brickell, Nativo Miami, 501 residences in Miami, when we talk about REA Reserve, the United States' tallest twin condo project, now they have short-term rental approval from the city. That means you can do it. This also means when we start talking about what's going on now, you have to think about what's going to happen next. Next is if they allow short-term rentals, then you know what they're going to do. They're going to tax, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Florence, Italy has announced a ban on new short-term private holiday rentals such as Airbnb listings. We've already mentioned that, right? Most popular destinations is Florence has seen its housing stock depleted by short-term rentals, which are defined as covering any period of less than 30 days. That's where the problem comes in. A lot of people are reporting this. What has happened is the reverse. So when people said, I want to do short-term rentals, that's fine, but that took out the month-to-month rentals. So that allowed month-to-month rentals to increase in price. Supply and demand in a capitalist system is a bitch. But that's all I'm going to say about that, and we're going to move on because there's other areas like in America. I'll have a link down below to all three of these that I'm showing. This is unfairbnb.net, which is cute. But notice California cities that have banned Airbnb: Anaheim, Belvedere, Carmel, Danville, Del Mar, Hermosa Beach, Huntington Beach, Larkspur, Manhattan Beach, Ojai, Rancho Palos Verdes, Redondo Beach, San Juan Capistrano, Sausalito, Tiburon, West Hollywood. Partial bans, even more. Banned in residential zones, Buellton. Carlsbad banned outside of coastal zone. How about that one? Outside of coastal zone. Costa Mesa treated as hotels, which is what I was referring to at the top of this, where they're going to start saying, okay, fine, you can do it. We're going to charge you 12%. What we charge the hotels for occupancy tax. Now all of a sudden your rental prices have to go up more than 12 or 12. That could be significant if you're charging $300-$400 already per night. Now that's $440 just to break even for the same thing, $450. And so the 3% that Airbnb comes off of your gross. So keep that in mind. Laguna Beach, allowed in commercial zones only. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Newport Beach, banned in R1 zones. In case you don't know what R1's, that's residential one. That's residential zones. So therefore, that Newport Beach is banned. So this explains why I get people occasionally wanting to stay at Newport Beach. Marriott, which is a timeshare condo hotel, you can still rent Newport Beach. San Clemente, allowed in commercial zones. Once again, if you have San Clemente Inn, you can actually, they're in a commercial zone. You can rent that. San Francisco, non-hosted STR bans. By the way, one of my timeshare condo hotels, they can't do short-term rentals. They're selling the property. And since it's deeded, yes, we get a check. How nice. Santa Barbara, banned also residential zones. Bye-bye. Santa Monica, ban on whole house short-term rentals. See, this is what's coming if they want to, ladies and gentlemen, if it's out of hand. So a city can do this at any time. So that's why you make sure that you have this here. If you can get treated, not treated as a hotel, but allowed in commercial zones. Where are you going to get commercial zones? You're going to get them in condo, residential resort hotels. So when somebody says, we're going to start something in Macau called the Hyatt residences and hotel, or Hyatt hotel and residences, see, that means it's probably gonna be okay if they ever decided to do this, but they won't. What they're gonna do in the DR is what Costa Mesa has done. They're gonna tax you. That's what they're gonna do in the DR. Just, I think that's going to be the thing. They're sitting there salivating. They're going to be like, man, we can get 10%, 5%, 8%, whatever their number is going to be off of every rental from all these new projects. But I just want to caution you. This is why here we talk differently. You guys, I talk differently so you guys are prepared. This is why we talk about the projects that have the clubhouses, the resort atmosphere, because those HOAs are allowing short-term rentals. That's why we talk about the top 4, top 5, top places to invest and make sure that your complex is approving short-term rentals by the developers, by the HOAs, all that. Pre-construction wise, you have that situation in writing. You know they're going to allow hotel rentals going through their program in a lot of places. That includes the Vista Canas, the Cruise on Land, the Larimars, Atlantida. They're all going to be the same. The top 4 are going to be the same, more than likely, where they're going to have their own management company. And then, yes, some of them change up where they'll have their management company that you can sign on to, and then they may allow you to have your own management company. But either way, that's going to be the requirement. So trust me, David Collado, he's just going to say, you know what? They already want to add in taxes. They're not talking about bans right now. So we'll see how this all plays out. But at least you're putting yourself in the right position versus going to buy something in a residential neighborhood, not gated, doesn't have an HOA, who does not say or have approval for short-term rentals. That is putting yourself in a situation that is not good if you plan on doing short-term rentals. That's under 30 days. So I just want you guys to understand this. Now, let's get on to Investopedia. You know, the top cities in the world, all right, where Airbnb is legal or illegal. I won't get into the legal or illegal, but look, Paris, Barcelona, Berlin, Amsterdam, London, New York City, San Francisco, Santa Monica, all of these places have made changes. Paris, which is one of the largest markets in the world, 60,000 apartments. Wow, that is crazy. But 2015, secondary apartments set up specifically as short-term rental units, with violators facing fines up to 25,000 euros. All right, about 27.5. So 2017, they wanted them to register their homes, display the registration number in their ad listings. In 2019, proliferation of the city threatened to turn it into an open-air museum, announced her plans to impose a fine on Airbnb for unregistered ads. See, this is what I'm saying. There has to be a yin and a yang, and it's happening. Barcelona also doing changes. Berlin, I'm going to go down the list short. London, New York City, as we always mention, San Francisco, Santa Monica. Why is Airbnb illegal or restricted in certain places? Some localities have outlawed or put restrictions on Airbnb hosting for several reasons. One is that it takes away tax revenues, although now Airbnb works with cities to collect. Exactly. So once they did that and doesn't care, because, you know, just like a hotel, the guest is going to pay the tax. So they're going to figure out real quick, like, oh, well, that didn't work. Or siphons business from traditional hotels that do pay taxes. That's exactly right. Other places, argue, are not regulated like hotels, and there may not be up to health and safety codes. That's exactly the situation there. Beyond that is also late night parties at 2 in the morning, 12 at night. And then people say, hey, what's going on up the street? You have 20 cars up the street on a Tuesday night, and then again on a Thursday night, and they're calling up the owner saying, hey man, what are you doing? It's kind of noisy here. My kids got to go to school in the morning. And they're saying, well, it's my Airbnb rentals. We're not there. I don't think that's a good answer, do you? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you're making the right investment instead of just buying something for an Airbnb, putting it out in the middle of a residential neighborhood and thinking that you're going to be good for years. It's not. It's going to start getting a little bit more restrictive because of the supply of homes that are affordable and rental homes that are rental homes or apartments that's affordable is limited. So they know that people can't afford to live places. And the solution is either A, pay people damn near double their wages, which is a no go zone, or easily change the Airbnb law. And then we'll open up some available inventory. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, but this is why you have to plan accordingly when you know the future. I try to help you with that here, ladies and gentlemen. So with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.